Limpopo Impala Cricket have brought on board the experience of England's highly acclaimed Gordon Parsons as their coach for the 2023-24 domestic season, replacing Dumisa Makalima. With over 3 decades of coaching experience under his belt, Parsons is expected to bring the changes to the Limpopo outfit, and those changes include leading the team to Division 1. He joins us now via Zoom. Gordon, good afternoon, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Nothing like introducing me with a bit of pressure, right?
I have to ask. I think 1983. That's when you started with Paul Roos. It's been like 40 years exactly. What keeps you going?
Sherbets. Was it that long ago? Yeah. Look, at that time it wasn't so bad. I was still playing, so I was playing for Bolland at the time, and obviously. The local schools, we did a bit of coaching, or actually a lot of coaching, if I'm honest, at the schools, and that's where I sort of started. But I suppose professionally, I only really started in the Free State in '91, where I would say I became, let's call it, a professional coach.
And what has been the driving force behind that? I mean, that's quite some, as I said, 40 years. Well, if you include the Paul Roos, but over 30 years, as it were.
Yeah, amazing, and I'm only 29. Look, it's second best to playing. That's how I look at it. I mean, coaching for me is it's fantastic. You're still part of the team. You can still make a difference in the team, and it's to me it's just second best to playing. Obviously, playing's number one, and I just don't understand the modern cricketer that says we play too much. Wait till they're retired, because then you can't wait to play again. I mean, I'd love to be able to play, but the body says no. So coaching's the next best.
Let's talk about your decision to join the Limpopo team. I mean, what was what was the challenge about it, and why particularly this Limpopo team?
Well, look, the challenge is quite obvious. I think you mentioned it earlier, that if I can make a difference, and we can improve the cricket so much so that we're at least competing this season and with potential to go to Division 1 maybe next year, then that is the challenge. And obviously to upgrade our facilities and get people locally feeling that things are happening within the cricket circles in particular. I don't want to say sport, and the mayor of Pietermaritzburg summed it up beautifully the other day when we had the launch of the Cricket South Africa. He said, professional sports can make a huge difference to any community if it's doing well and successful. So that's part of the challenge that I see ahead of me. If we can make the cricket successful, then obviously the local people will get on board and really support the cricket, rather than, I get a feeling at the moment they're a little bit sort of nothing's happening at the cricket.
What would you say is your immediate mandate? It's just been under a month since you've started, but what's your immediate mandate?
Yeah. Well, obviously I've had half of my squad has been overseas in England or overseas, and they're only getting back this week. So we haven't had the full squad together. So it's given me an opportunity for the last 2 or 3 weeks to see what I've got, let's call it in reserve, or guys that were competing to make the team. And what I see is actually a huge amount of potential. There's an awful lot of talent there. We've just got to maybe work a little bit on technique and a little bit on not a little bit, actually mainly on the mindset, because they very much sort of feel, I think it's almost like we're Limpopo, so we're not expected to win and that sort of thing, rather than why. So we're going to change the mindset. So we're going to go out there, and the bowlers are going to take wickets, the batters are going to score runs and big runs, and not happy with 20s. And then obviously as a team, we want to win games. We want to not only compete, we want to win. So that's the first battle.
Would you then say that that is the biggest challenge from the Limpopo cricket perspective, that the mindset is wrong? But would you say that there's the talent available for you to work with and achieve that mandate and those goals?
Well, most definitely. From what I've seen the last 3 weeks, there's a lot of talent there. Having said that, talent isn't necessarily makes you a professional cricketer or professional sportsman. You need a few other characteristics to go with the talent, such as commitment, willingness to change and become better, etc. And I don't think people realise how tough professional sport can be, and it becomes a lifestyle, not just a job. You've got to live it, you've got to eat it, you've got to sleep it. And maybe that's where we need to make a little bit of a change, because at the moment we're still very much thinking we just have to turn up, play and go home. Yeah, but hopefully we'll get there. We'll get there.
A job like this, as you've just mentioned, comes with a lot of challenges. I mean, is your young 29-year-old heart up to it, to the challenges?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, no, look, I wouldn't take it unless I felt I could make a difference, and I'm certainly not spending time away from my family and things to not try and make it successful. That's for sure. I mean, obviously, I'm only a very small part of the success, because the players have got to buy in, and the players have got to be the ones to go out there and actually perform, not me, unfortunately. So, providing they buy in and they get enthusiastic as I am, then I think we can really go places. Yes.
Let's take a look at just the level of cricket in the province in comparison to some of the levels that you've been exposed to in your coaching career. Where would you say that the province is in terms of just the standard of cricket?
Look, people said to me, you know, why are you taking it? And they quickly forget that in 1995, when I took over Northwest, they hadn't won a game. We were playing out of the university fields. We had 3 professional cricketers. And look where they are today. So this is part of the challenge. It's one of those things that we're actually better off than I was in 95, because we've got 11 professional cricketers. We have our own ground where we play. We're not dependent on the university to give us facilities and that. So I'm already 1 or 2 steps ahead of where I was in 95. So without wanting to sound arrogant, we turn things around here in Northwest, and I'm hoping...
And the players achieve those goals?
Look, we've got our own challenges. We're obviously very far up north, and everything we do when we travel away from home is a lot of travelling. Even just to get to the airport is like 2 or 3 hours. So we've got our own little challenges, but we just got to get on with it. I mean, we've got some work to do on the structures as well. It's not just on the cricket field, but that's all part and parcel of it. When people see that things are happening and get excited about cricket, then hopefully sponsors will come on board, the government will get involved, and we can start getting better facilities to train on, and obviously better equipped to be professional cricketers.
You spoke about the players earlier on. I mean, just share with us just some of the players that you're currently working with and looking forward to work with those that are professional and those that you hope to actually just bring up to a professional level.
Yeah, you just want to embarrass me trying to pronounce all those long names, eh? So I'm going to stick with the easy ones. Donatello Radabayi is one of the most exciting young cricketers I've seen. He bats down the order and gives the ball a good smack with the bat, but his bowling is exactly what I'm looking for. He's bowls one side of the wicket, he can bowl to a field, and he's last season I don't think he played more than a couple of games. But the CEO is going to be upset because he has to pay him a match fee this year, I think, but I'm going to play him in every game if he's fit and able to play. I think he's a very exciting cricketer.
Yeah. All right. All right,
yeah.
We're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for taking time.
Thank goodness, because I was going to really make a monster of the